Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Million Dollar Media. I'm your host Max Keller Halls, and with me today we have
Yeah, you know who it is.
hmm he's back. And today we're gonna be talking about The Penguin, the spin-off to the 2022 The Batman movie, which you can actually watch our review right here for it. It's also should be in the Everything DC playlist on our main page. This is basically about the rise of Oswald Cobb, aka the Penguin, and his rise to becoming the number one. I don't want. What do you want to say? Gangsta in Gotham, and
Yeah,
how
one of the big boys.
he one of the big boys, man of the people. He basically has to take out two rival crime families and the other various crime networks in Gotham to become the head honcho on top. Along the way, he has to deal with various other things, including family struggles.
Plenty of those.
Oh yeah, and yeah, various crime show kind of things that he has to deal with. And yeah, this is probably like one of the best TV shows that I've seen this year. Like this and Sympathizer are kind of neck and neck for me.
I'd wholeheartedly agree with you. Now, albeit I'm a little bit biased for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I agree.
I love both, but that's because I I like Batman. I like Vietnamese stuff.
Two good things. But yeah, no, this show is incredible, man. Like from beginning to end, it hooks you. Like the first episode is so good that you're just like, I just want to see where this goes. I haven't seen this show in like a good week or so, but you have recently watched it, so I want to get your opinion on like what did you really like about the show to begin with?
I don't know if this is talked about my own character, my
Okay.
personality, but I liked how I could sympathize with Oz and a lot of the characters, Vic
hmm
and Miss Gigante. I
Oh,
don't
what's her
know.
name? Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia Falcone. This is a little off topic, but that accent at times was really strong, and it was like kind of funny to me to hear that like peculiar accent as she's talking.
Like a really New York Italian
Yeah,
accent.
I felt like at some point she's going to be like, "Look at that marbling on that corned beef" or something. I like the accent, but
Oh no,
sometimes
yeah.
it's so goofy.
In the comics, like, well, one, his name is Oswald Cobblepot, so they
Mhm.
changed his name to the show, which I kind of wish they kept the name Oswald Cobblepot because I feel like it would help this show in that like no one takes him seriously with the name Cobblepot. But that's just a small little gripe in this really great show. But like in the comics, he's very Jewish in his stereotypes. But in the
Yeah,
show, they just switched it to he's an Italian gangster stereotype. Like
yeah.
he's like a mook.
Oh yeah. What I'm about to say might not look good for my future employer. When you said he was like real Jewish in his previous renditions,
Uh
I
huh.
was I was thinking, yeah, the nose thing. I can't tell if that's from like him being a penguin
Yeah.
or him being Jewish.
I
So
think the name The Penguin came first, and then like various writers just kind of took a particular stereotype. Like, I know the Harley Quinn animated TV show. Like, he goes to his nephew's bar mitzvah. Like,
oh yeah.
yeah,
I definitely enjoy like this more Italian
I do
like
too. Yeah,
type thing, but I still think there's a hint of like I guess like sort of that East Coast Jewish
oh yeah,
uh, culture in there, especially with his ma, the way
oh
she talks
yeah,
and that,
yeah. Like,
like a hybrid fusion of Italian and Jewish
I could
culture.
see it. Yeah, like definitely in that like area. Gotham in the comics is based in New Jersey, so we can assume in this show it's also based in New Jersey. So a lot of this is like various East Coast. Not want to say completely poverty stricken areas, but like a lot of that flavor.
Yeah, they kind of take that
hmm
cultural stereotype and
Yeah, like you got the Italian kind of like Sicilian mob, and then you also have with characters like Vic, you get like the more urban Afro Hispanic kind of poverty stricken areas. You don't get a lot of it with Vic, but like you get to see a little bit of his home life for a little bit.
yeah, from
And
the birds.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's kind of cool just to see like this world of Gotham fleshing out a bit more and feel more real. Like in the Batman, Gotham's pretty much a character in that movie, but it's more filmy and epic and like crime noir, and like everybody's kind of like filling a particular role in like a old school film noir. Whereas this show is more like we're actually going to go into those various different parts of Gotham that Batman usually doesn't go.
Typical.
And yeah, I just found that to be really interesting. Just like seeing just the average day to day person in Gotham, and you're just like, man, this city's just bad on all levels.
I kind of liked it.
I did too. It was really fun to watch, knowing that it's a fictional city. Like all the worst aspects of every city you can think of, just compiled into this one fictional city.
Yeah, because I definitely see some of like New York and Chicago and Jersey
hmm
when it's like it's not just one thing but a combination.
Yeah,
And I can say that because I've been to all three of those cities
yeah.
multiple.
I
But
haven't been to New Jersey nor New York, but I have been to Chicago number of times.
oh, you love New York.
I bet. But no, yeah, but like just talking about the city and stuff like that, it's just like it makes me really excited to see them do more stuff with this Gotham.
Like as in a season 2 or maybe as in like spin-offs, do you think?
I don't think I need a season 2 of this show, but I would like to see different Batman characters in this kind of style, and we'll kind of get into that in a little bit, but like I kind of want to get your opinion on the titular character, the Penguin, played by
Uh,
Colin Farrell.
uh-huh. I didn't know that guy was Colin Farrell. I didn't know he had a British accent. It's like,
No, Irish. He's
or,
Irish.
oh, he's Irish, dude.
Yeah.
It's surprising. I know this is again a bit off topic, but I keep finding out all these awesome characters are being voiced or played by people who naturally have a non-American, accent. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Not only that, but a very specific kind of American accent.
Yeah.
Like you could tell where this person is from, and it's really interesting. And I like that about this character, knowing that like what you see of him, that's all makeup. Like he didn't fatten up. He just had to do 3 hours of makeup every day for a season long show, or for at least like 8 episodes of a show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was wearing the leg bracelet like in a post interview or something I saw on Instagram. He was like, "No, I don't have to wear this dreaded thing."
Yeah, it's incredible to me. Like there's a moment where you see him naked, and you're just like, holy shit.
So that wasn't real. Like
No.
it was a fat suit, like a Vladimir Harkonnen.
Yeah, it was a fat suit just with a lot of hair. At the accent, the character, the mannerisms he gives the character, like sometimes you don't know if he's actually being nice or if it's just completely manipulative. But I want to say 9 times out of 10, he's just being a manipulative piece of shit.
Oh yeah, I like his character, but man, he's such a scumbag.
He's such a bastard.
And like, I guess I don't know if it's because I haven't seen the Batman in a while, but now I understand why he's like a super big bad villain. Not that like the stuff he did in the movies wasn't bad, but
Mhm.
this like I guess it makes it feel like there's a reason Batman has to fight with him. It's because like the guy is not only a gangster, but he's low key kind of crazy.
Well, what I like about this show, and the reason why I want to see other characters in this style, is that like the Penguin in other media has always been like a joke villain. Like he's never actually a boss battle in any show. Like literally, like in the Arkham games, I think one of them you just literally pick him up and throw his ass through a window at one point, and like other things like that, where it's just like he's always kind of been like a joke villain, like something that like Batman fights in the beginning of the film, and we go on to a bigger, badder villain. Literally, what happens in the Batman, like he's this side threat we don't really care about because no one takes him seriously because he's called the fucking Penguin and he waddles around. And so, like, Batman doesn't even take it seriously. And they kind of made that the whole point of the show is that no one takes him seriously. So he uses that to get what he wants. And I just love that about his character in this show about like by the end of the show, like, damn, it's like the Penguin, like one of the better Batman villains we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. They just fucked up with Joker. They did a pretty good rendition of Riddler, but like I can't think of any other real like traditional Batman villain that they've done this well with. Like I don't know, I just love this interpretation of the Penguin. It's fun to watch, but it's also kind of like, damn, he is such a bastard. Sorry, I'll say one more thing. Like one thing I love about the show, specifically with his character, is that they do not try to make him like a faux good guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he is an evil piece of shit through and through.
He doesn't have any real attachments.
No.
Especially not after the last episode, man.
Yeah.
He's a piece of work.
Yeah, he's something, all right. You can name any movie where it's like a traditional comic book villain that they made the main character, and they always try to shoehorn some way to make him like a good guy. Like the one I go to automatically because it's a DC character, and they made a big deal about him being the villain. Was Black Adam, where The Rock was like, "Oh, he's a bad guy who kills people and yada yada yada." But when you watch that film, you're just like, he's nothing special. For as villainous as you say he is, he's just another cape-wearing hero. Not this show. Like he is like you think that they're gonna be doing something interesting with like, or they're gonna be doing that with like Vic and having him mentor this kid up, but like as you said, like by the end of this episode 8, you're just like, oh no, he's just a bastard.
We mentored him up, but I guess he hit his level cap and he had no more.
Yeah,
In
yeah, exactly. Do you want to talk about Vic real quick? I just kind of want to get your opinion on Vic.
Vic, my main. Oh, oops! I did not mean to do that on purpose. My main man, Vic. Vic Aguilera.
Uh-huh.
I love this character, man. Wait. Before we talk more about this, are we doing a spoiler-free section and saving the end of the episode for later
I
in time?
think
Or
we can keep this part spoiler free for right now.
okay,
And then
okay,
I'll
no
say
problem.
like we'll just talk little spoilers, like more stuff that comes in like episode 8.
Yeah, I definitely like Vic. It was nice to see Vic from episode 1 turn into the man he turned into by episode 8.
Yeah.
You know?
Great arc for that character. Very believable too, especially like you understand why someone in this circumstance would be influenced by someone like the Penguin. Not only one by gunpoint, but two by like his charm and just how he appeals to him. Like he kind of gives Vic this confidence to make his own choices.
Yeah, take up space,
Yeah.
project
Yeah.
stomach. Or
Yeah, like don't let them walk over you kind of thing like that. Like yes, just a really fun relationship between those two that you buy throughout most of the show, like as like a good pair. Like literally in the world of DC, a good Batman Robin kind of dynamic.
yeah, especially after that one scene in the diner where he's like, "The man's talking.
Yeah, exactly. Let him speak.
Don't do that."
Don't do that. But yeah, like really like that character. I thought the actor did a great job too. Also found out doesn't have a speech impediment in real life. He just did that. Like he just learned by talking with people with stutters and various other things. And I believed it after a while. I was like, it's no longer like a little character quirk that some actor decided to do. It's like it felt natural, which I thought was really good. Do you have anything else to say about Vic real quick before we like move on to like probably what is the most surprising character I liked about the show?
I probably do, but right now I can't think of anything.
Probably in spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the character I was more shocked by liking in this show and was like, I did not expect them to make this character this interesting was Sofia Falcone or Sofia Gigante. Talk about a character who had like barely any interest in the comic to now being like a top tier Batman villain for me.
I said not yet. Maybe in the future because she hasn't.
Interacted with Batman.
Yeah.
I get it, but like in the world of Gotham, I guess I should say, in like stories around like the Falcone family in the comics, she's kind of in there a little bit. I think she's in the Long Halloween, but like I haven't read that in a bit. But this show, she just like skyrocketed in popularity, and I think it's all because of the actor Kristen Melody. Like she is incredible, man. Those big eyes of her just command a presence.
Another Ella Purnell effect.
I guess so, man. This is the year for big-eyed women. Watch our review for Arcane, by the way. But yeah, like no, I really liked her performance, and I really like her story too. I'm kind of curious what you thought of like the reveal for her origin, if you will.
I guess going off of like just the face value of the story, I kind of forgot that her dad was like into like choking women to death. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not laughing because I don't find choking women to death funny. It's like I don't know. It's such a weird, terrible quirk for a crime boss. I mean, I guess they would have those because they have problems, but
yeah,
I'm glad it kind of tied in back to Batman in that
yeah,
way with like that whole little story. And I guess for her story, I don't know if I'm looking too into it, but I feel like it was a good way to explain how the world isn't built or such is so great for a woman.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And like, oh, okay, then I'm not crazy. Like it's Sophia and her and the Penguin's mom. I feel like kept having me think about, wow, being a woman in certain spheres can be really bad.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm not being too eloquent with how I'm putting it, but
I get what you mean. I understand,
yeah,
like, the show is, like well, reason why I say you're not wrong in any way is because show was actually show run by a woman.
yeah,
Like, the executive producer, like, the showrunner, like, a lot of, like, people behind the scenes of the show are women. Like, the only, like, big male influence in the show was Matt Reeves, in just the fact that, like, he kinda set up this world. That's what I think makes, Sophia Falcone's story so interesting, and just the various female characters in the show so interesting, is that they're so nuanced. Like, you talked about, like, not only Sophia Falcone, but his mom, but I'm also thinking about, like, his, the Penguin's mistress.
yeah, her too. Yeah,
Like, her being, like, I wanna say, like, a prostitute and, like, still having this confidence to, like, combat, like, this crime boss with, Sophia Falcone in that one scene. I thought she just nailed it, and, like, knowing that she's been running this game on everybody this entire time, like, I don't actually think that she cares that much about Oz. She knows that this guy has some position of power, and if I'm on his good side, I can use some of that.
keep her and her gals alive too.
Exactly, yeah, like, this family camaraderie unit that she has set up with her and the various escorts and strippers was really interesting. It also makes me now go back and watch The Batman, and in those scenes where you see, like, the 44 Below, like, the club, it makes that subculture so much more interesting knowing that, like, while the Falcons are running their game, she's running a completely other game below that, and I thought that was really fascinating. Going a little bit back to, Sophia and what you said about how bad it is for women, especially in the scene where she has to go to Arkham,
Yeah,
like, that was horrifying. Just seeing them whittle you down to basically numbers and, like, just the violation of just getting your clothes ripped off and then you having to get a cavity search, and Jesus Christ, I was not expecting that in this show. Like, that just violent I shouldn't say violent, but it was definitely a different
invade.
invasive, yeah. Definitely, like, that scene still freaks me out. I'm just like, "Jesus Christ." And to
Yeah,
know that, like, some women have to go through that, especially either well, in this situation, she wasn't crazy beforehand, but to know that that just happens to mentally ill women as well, that's horrible. But, like, the fact
yeah,
that she had to deal with that, knowing that she was innocent this entire time,
yeah.
is just Jesus, man. Like, fact that, like, Arkham being this place that's supposed to, like, help quote unquote cure and rehabilitate people made her crazy. She wasn't the hangman when she went in, but when she came out, she definitely became that person.
Yep. Thanks to her dad, Oz, the main psychiatrist, the pervy
Dude,
psychiatrist.
which that character is really interesting, only because it's been recently theorized that he might be Scarecrow. You know who that is?
Ooh,
You know who that is?
I know who that is, but I didn't know. I didn't make the connection. That's pretty cool if it is.
So, according to, and this is just online rumors, but like early drafts of this series included that he was Jonathan Crane and not Julian something. I forgot his name, but I really like the actor. So when you put it in the idea of like this is a psychiatrist who is kind of a little bit, I don't want to say wiry, but he's definitely a little out there. And the idea that he's using drugs to like help stabilize people, kind of like ones that were used in like the Scarecrow traditionally. Like, I think that's interesting. But the main reason why people think that he's the Scarecrow is in one scene you can see on his desk. It's not in focus or anything, but you could see like items from like the Arkham series where he has like the glove that has like the needles on each tip, and you
Hmm.
could see like a burlap sack mask on his desk. Now,
Yeah,
that doesn't scream 100% this is Scarecrow. I think one, they're too far away to actually tell what they are, and two, if he was the Scarecrow, why the hell would he have those items on his desk? Like out and about, like casually just there.
he's like, "Oop, this is for Wednesday night. Sorry about that."
Yeah, exactly. Like why would he have that there?
It would have been funny if that burlap sack would have been on him when he was in the chair, with his pants down. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, that
That
would
scene.
be funny. It would be in character.
But yeah, I don't like him. He gives me the creeps, especially with his power thing. And it's like, what did that girl tell you? It's like,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
it's like
Like
I
this, yeah, like at first when you first see him, you kind of see him as like a naive doctor who has good intentions, but like the moment he realizes that everything is kind of rigged, once he gets a little taste of that life and crime, he just is like, we should kill that little girl, right? Right?
yeah.
I'm just like, Jesus, dude, you're a doctor. It's really interesting to see how quick people fall once they get a little taste of that life.
Or maybe it was already always there.
Well, I guess more with like Vic and the Doctor Julian Rush. That's the name of the character, and other characters. But like, no, Penguin has. Yeah, we'll get into that. But trying to think of anything else we could talk about in the show. I guess we could kind of get into spoilers because I kind of want to talk about his mom more in spoilers. If you want to talk
Uh,
about the mom first, like what's something that what did you like about the mom character?
I'm gonna need a head shrink for this.
Yeah, it's rough. I feel like I shouldn't say I like the character because I think she's also evil.
Kooky. Yeah, for
I don't know.
sure.
I know you say kooky, but I just say evil because like she nurtured
The devil.
yeah, the devil pretty much like that. The penguin that we know. Like I guess since we're in spoilers here, like you find out that like the brothers that he lost when he was a kid, he killed them. Not directly, but by it not doing anything, he kind of let them die.
Like I was expecting there to be more to cause that too.
Yeah.
Like he fucking slipped, you know, and then he's like, "Ah, I'm gonna kill my brothers."
Well, like I
Like
understand from like a really fucked up like, "Hey, I want my mom's attention" kind of way.
yeah,
But at the same time, I'm like, when he slams the door, I don't think he thought, "Hey, it's gonna lock." So that's where I think he's like, "It's not my fault because like I didn't know it would do that." But by him not directly going back to help them,
or telling anyone.
yeah, exactly. Like he just let them die just so that he can hang out with like be with his mom. And then when she basically finds out, and that's a big twist at the end of the show, like she knew this entire time. And now like rewatching the scenes from the show, like moments where like she's boosting his confidence and like he's like cuddling up next to her and telling her like don't worry, we'll get you out of this scenario. It's just like it just makes it more fucked up in that like she's just letting this happen and she's just using him for her own personal gain. Like she doesn't love him.
As she put it, Oswald was always so damn needy.
Yeah.
I guess given the choice of having that gangster dude help you out and like kill your kid, or have that kid give you possibly what you would want, I guess that option
Yeah.
was good
But
because it.
I guess also the thing is like even though that guy that she was gonna use to kill him, which also was his idol, like that's the guy that he would talk about being like, yeah, that's the kind of guy I want to be. Have a parade made in your honor when you die, kind of like that stuff. Like that was that guy, and he was gonna kill him. Like Jesus Christ. Like again, the show is so interesting in that like no one is what they are at face value. Like you like the more you peel back like the various layers of these characters, they're just awful people.
Except Zhao, he's pretty cool.
um well, sure.
Wait, or am I like the guy's name is Zhao, right?
I don't know. I forgot the name of those characters, I should say.
Yeah.
I just think of like the triad head of the triad and the triad's like underling, like the second in command. But I guess the second in command was like, as gangsters go, he was one of the nicer ones.
Yeah, compared to what you saw in like the rest of the series.
Yeah, like I don't know. It was really yeah. Where were we? Like oh yeah, his mom, but like just her whole relationship and that scene where she has to like relive the memory of like talking with Rex and also the moment when she decides I'm not gonna kill my kid.
Yeah.
Which is a fucked up statement to say. And when you see it from his eyes later in the show, I'm just like, no, this was like the moment I promised that I made my life vow to get myself into a better position in life. What a scene. But yeah, like I guess if we want to get more into spoilers, like first he takes out the son and wife of the Maroney family by burning them alive, which I thought was dark.
Like be like, oh, it's okay. Go back, relax, go back to mama, and then he does it.
Jesus Christ. And then he taunts Maroney on the phone, being like, yeah, go call your wife.
See if she answers.
See if she answers.
Oh God, Maroney, dude.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, it's Mr. Krabs.
You know when he hired the guard to stab Maroney in the gut
Mm-hmm.
and he survives? In the back of my head, I was being really stupid and I was like, of course he survived. He's a crustacean. They have armored shells. You can't take out Mr. Krabs like that. I love his performance, but Max, every time I see him,
Mm-hmm.
I just hear a little bit of Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was expecting him to do that laugh after getting stabbed.
I said during one point where like he has like the golf club and beating the shit out of the penguin, I'm just like, this is how he shakes down Plankton to get the secret formula back. But yeah, his name is Clancy Brown. Great actor. I loved him as the Maroney character. I believe in the actual, like, The Batman, they show Maroney on the TV for like a little bit. Completely different actor.
Oh boy.
So I was like, okay, I'm glad they got this guy to play this character and like just add to the already big list of comic book characters he has played in the past.
Yeah.
And various other characters in pop culture. But like he was good in the show, but then like once he burns that family alive, he then takes over the Bliss business and he's got this underground drug empire going, which then leads to him killing Maroney. Or I shouldn't say killing. Maroney dying in front of him.
From a heart attack, right?
Yeah. Which at first I was like, that's a bit of a cop-out way. But then I'm like, he's old. He's not well in shape. And I believe the actors, they do like those little after show interviews where they have like the actors and the producers and such talk about the episode. And they said that like the reason why he fell like that and died of a heart attack is because he was more driven by his love for his family. And so his heart just kind of gave out. So I was like, I mean, if we're going to go like metaphysical and all that shit, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, he is an old dude and he just got stabbed in the gut too.
Yeah. And he's
so like all the stressors is literally killing him.
Yeah, he's not a young man fighting a guy who's slightly younger than him. Like, I don't know the age of the penguin, but I would say like mid 40s at the earliest.
Yeah, maybe early.
Yeah, early 40s, late 30s youngest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That made sense to me, but then like, yeah, the penguin makes his way up and like he does what he set out to do, and he gets the lights back into Crown Heights. He basically does something that like is a Robin Hood move where he stole from the rich and gave to the poor. But like the more you think about it, it's just like he's not doing it as like a Robin Hood thing. He's doing it because it just gives him power over people. Literally power over people.
Also, I think it was funny how he had to like make a big deal of Maroney's spinal, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Thing he sees it's like, I won. No, because I feel like he really wanted to actually win in a fair fight.
Oh yeah.
So him dying of a heart attack is kind of icing on the cake. It's like, hey, you didn't even really manage to kill him like that either. Yeah. Like if anything, he was kind of struggling against an old man with a gut wound.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he's such like a selfish bastard that like if someone like dies from some unrelated circumstance in a fight, he whines and complains about not him killing him. Yeah. And like he empties an entire load into his chest.
Him reacting to the shots in that way was kind of funny too.
Yeah, that was fun. But I love the scene where like he just realizes eventually like I gotta go for broke. And what I really like about the ending of the show specifically and how he wins is that I don't. You remember the Batman, correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember like his whole point was like I ain't no fucking rat like that?
Yeah.
He wins literally by ratting Sophia and Maroney out. Now, he doesn't give them the truth, but he does rat them out.
He skewed what the events and how it happened.
Now, the only thing that he got right was that Sophia blew up his lab. And I guess you'll find Salvatore Maroney's body down there. But, like, that's it. He just ratted him out to a counselor so that now he has that counselor in his back pocket.
And now he's up there with them.
Yeah, and what I really like about the show is he is now comic book Penguin, literally with the top hat. Which one I like that they are able to get that comic book look in this show, and I didn't think it would work, but I think they found a nice balance to do it. But someone pointed out to me, I can't remember who, but like he took that look of the top hat, the long black coat, the white shirt, and the gold vest from that old movie that his mom would watch with him,
Oh yeah.
like where they're dancing and such. Like that's the only version of high society he knows what they look like, so he just copied that.
Damn.
Right? Like I didn't think about that until after the show, and I was like, holy shit! It's not just because he wears it from the comics. They have like an in story reason why he would do that.
Yeah, in universe connection.
In universe connection. I just damn, like so well written. Yeah, his mom goes into a comatose state, and pretty much, as she put it, a vegetable.
Yeah, isn't that exactly not what you wanted?
Yeah, there's a scene where she's like, "I want you to kill me if I get to that state. Like, pull the plug."
Yeah, when my mind goes before my body's ready.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez, that was heartbreaking to watch. And it's not out of like a love for his mom. It's just that he wants validation from this one person.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this is also after like Sophia gets her to say to Oz, "I fucking hate you."
I know what you did to Johnny and Benny. I think that's her name.
Yeah, something like that. Jack and Benny or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, like that scene was rough to watch too, because it's just like from like a meta perspective, the idea of your mom saying that to you is heartbreaking, but also knowing that it's him and he worships his mom. That definitely broke something in him that day. And just his complete in denial is crazy.
Oswald couldn't do it in the end.
Yeah, I guess.
He literally went against his mother's wishes. That ain't no tears of, oh, I finally see it. I finally see the city.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's, I should have killed my kid when I had the chance 30 years ago or whatever.
Right? Now I'm just stuck here. I can't do anything. I have no voice. Yeah.
I'm a vegetable.
Yeah. The idea of like she's in this room with literally nothing but a window.
No color. It's devoid of character even more than Miss Gigante's mansion.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I loved her breaking down Sophia's house. Like, you couldn't think of any color.
Yeah.
Such a mom thing to do. I guess if you want to go, we want to talk about the big heartbreaking thing in the show. Do you want to talk about Vic?
Oh man, he did everything right, man. In the world, they'll shat him out, just like how Oswald said, how the world treats you. Except now Oswald, he's a fucking crazy hypocrite.
Yeah. Well, he's just a selfish, manipulative bastard. Well, like think about it. The reason why they won in the end was Vic's idea.
Yeah.
Like, not Penguin ratted her out, but like the whole using all the gangsters second in command to like go after their bosses, that was Vic's idea. Like, and I guess Penguin was like, well, I'm not gonna have my second in command do that. And he just, God, even doesn't even shoot him. He just chokes him out. God, sorry.
And he takes his cash.
Oh, that was
goddamn ID into the river.
Yeah. Oh God. And lets it drown in the water too. Like just a bigger F you.
Kid, you did everything right.
Yeah.
But ain't room for you here.
Jesus. I remember watching that and like the entire scene is going on and I'm just like, God, I hope he doesn't do it. But then there was one look he gives and I was just like, Vic's dead.
It was the moment where he did that weird lip thing where he licks his fucking lips.
Yeah.
And then he says, oh, fuck. When Vic is like, you're like family to me.
Yeah, like that was the moment he was just like, nope.
I planned on killing you, but now you just made it worse.
Yeah. Seeing people on Twitter react to that was also really fun because like so many people were sending gifs of like Penguin getting beaten up by Batman. I was right there with him. I was just
Oh,
like, fuck this guy. Like, I want scene one of the Batman Part 2 to be Batman just punching the shit out of Penguin.
oh, dude. Speaking of gifts, there's this one stupid one that just popped up into my mind when you said like Penguin getting beat up. But you know the one where it's like a POV of him on top of you, and it looks like he's thrusting.
What?
You would
Penguin?
never when you see it, the meme that's accompanied with it is like POV, you're my girlfriend, and I'm 5 strokes in, and it's it's the penguin like choking somebody, but it looks like he's humping them, and like he's like he literally. I'm just gonna send it to you guys.
Okay, I'll put it in the video. I guess speaking of Batman real quick, one other thing that I like and kind of don't like about this show, just from like the bigger world of Gotham. I
Uh,
like that they don't have Batman in this show because I feel like if you just had an appearance of Batman or Bruce Wayne for that matter, it would take all the attention away from the story that is going on, and it would just be like, "Oh my god, Batman's here!"
yeah,
Like,
I would agree.
like the only like other character that is from the Batman that's in this is the Commissioner. You know what I mean? The Commissioner
Uh,
with
the one who kind of talks like this.
the one with a really high voice.
Holy shit! Yeah, that one. Yeah, you did a good job of that one.
Like Sophia Falcone. I don't know what it is about all these characters in the show, but they really have really weird voices. Like, yeah, no, he's like the only other guy in this show that's from the Batman. But like, I guess you get mentions of Selena Kyle with the last scene with Sophia, and that she gave her a letter, a black letter too, just to be like, and you don't see what it says, but I guess that's setting up the idea of like if Selena comes back to Gotham, she'll be teaming up with her half sister.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be cool. I really like the Catwoman in that film, and I really like Sophia in this show, and I think those two women would just run the city. But then like the biggest Batman reference you get in the end of the show is the bat signal.
oh yeah, that was icing on the cake for me.
Me too. Did you want more of Batman in this show, or are you like, I'm glad he's not in it? It would have taken away a lot for me.
Yeah, I feel like it would have cheapened it. Let's save the appearances, kind of like how you do for Darth Vader. You know, like
Yeah,
to
I get.
have his movie or the scene that he's going to be in has to like punch you in the gut.
I agree, but I don't know why he wasn't there. Like, there's a lot of shit going on in this show where I'm like, okay, I feel like Batman would at least be a little more interested in the fact that like the Falcone family is just dead. Like all of them are dead.
At the end of Batman, was he like in a recovery state? Like, was he pretty beat up and like maybe he was trying to like rebuild what he had ready to like do all that again? But I could be wrong.
So at the end of the Batman, because I did see it after I watched the show because I was like, I want to watch the movie now that I've seen the show just to kind of see if it adds anything. It definitely adds more to the scenes with the Penguin in it. But at the end of the movie, Bruce and Selena walk away. Like Selena goes to Bloodhaven and Bruce stays in Gotham because he has to fix the city up now that like the Riddler blew up the seawall. And that also is a big part of this show too. But like from what I could tell is like he's still like Batmaning about like his new life goal is instead of just beating the shit out of like the criminal element, he's actually going to go out there and save people. Like that was the big part of that movie is that like at the end of the film, like the people of Gotham want him there to help. He's now become a symbol more than just a scary presence.
yeah,
So thinking of that, I'm like, there's one of two things that he may be doing during the show, and they may explain it in the Batman Part 2, which is the official name of that movie. He's either not focused on this, and there's some other bigger problem that he's dealing with, or he's still trying to help people recover from the seawall.
he's one of the female workers serving soup, but he's still in costume.
What are those like meal kits that soldiers have? MREs?
Oh yeah, meals MREs, meals
Yeah.
ready to.
Yeah, the Bat MRE, giving them out to people. Well, apparently, from what the director Matt Reeves has said, is that the next movie in the Batman is going to be Bruce Wayne grappling with wanting to still be Batman.
Oh, it's official. Part 2 is actually like
Oh
a
yeah,
movie.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, no, they've moved forward with it. Like, I think how it's going to be going is going to be movie, TV show, movie, TV show, movie. Because they've also announced that they are doing a trilogy.
Oh yes.
So, but they literally all we know right now of the Batman Part 2 is that Penguin's going to be in it, Batman's going to be in it, and it's going to be him struggling with the idea of being Batman still. So he's going to be like, should I still do this or should I focus on being Bruce Wayne?
When that movie comes out, Max, you let me know. I will literally show up in the costume that I bought.
I'll show up in my Riddler costume. we
And
need a friend to be Penguin.
When is that movie coming out though? Is it going to be like 2 years from now? Or?
2 years from now, 2026, October.
Okay.
It was supposed to come out next year, but it got pushed back. So we got to stay alive for 2 more years. But hey, 2 more years of content.
Yeah.
Well, the next thing that's coming out on HBO Max is Creature Commandos. It looks fun. The show looks really fun. I can't wait to see it. It's James Gunn, same guy who did The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, the good one.
The good one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also doing the new Superman film. So that's coming out next year, and I'm excited for that. Like, I like Superman better than Batman personally, but they're like neck and neck.
I'll watch a Superman one too. I've actually never seen a Superman movie. So.
Interesting. Well, next year we're going to be doing retrospectives for the Superman movies, and we're specifically the Henry Cavill and the Christopher Reeve era of Superman. So yeah,
I've seen some Christopher Reeves ones, just not the Henry Cavill ones.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'll keep you in mind for that. But I guess we can wrap this episode up. I think we talked enough about Penguin.
We can cut all this down to YouTube short length.
What do you think of the Penguin? I liked it. Done. No, it's just a compilation of our terrible Italian accent. Yeah, I don't know when this video is going to come up. We currently have our review for Arcane Season 1 and the music ranked from that season. And by the time this comes up, I'm hoping that we have Arcane Season 2 out. And yeah, we're going to be doing other reviews for various other movies. Hopefully soon we'll have a review for Nora. I know I've been promising that, but we're going to be doing something very special for that video, and I'm just trying to get it scheduled accordingly. We also should be having reviews for like Wicked and A Real Pain coming out. Yeah, a lot of stuff coming out for the show leading towards the end of the year. We should also be doing our top 10 best and worst of 2024. And yeah, is there anything you want to say before we leave, Yen?
No, I've said enough already.
We've incriminated ourselves enough.
I'm never going to be an accountant.
All right. I'm Max Kellerhold.
And I'm Yen.
Like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for watching. Bye.